Hello people and welcome to my channel. Happy Tuesday. Oh my god, thank you so much for those of you who are return subscribers. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Josephine. I'm Kenyan and I appreciate your passing by or coming to my channel to view. Please make sure you watch to the end. So for these 2 days I'm working on uploading videos that are I had shot before using my phone plus other phones, and I hadn't finished editing them and posting them. And I tell you, editing is fun. It's fun, but it can be hard work. I think it's just now I'm finding it hard because I have a backlog. I'm doing like 4 videos back to back, but I'm going to be able to do that. But in between that, like I promised, I'm not going to miss to upload and just tell you how my life is going. So welcome. I hope you're well. Good morning from where you are. Good afternoon, good evening, or preparing for a good night. I wish you a good night and sweet dreams if you're preparing to sleep. So today has been so hot. The temperatures have been so high, though it's cloudy. You know, I can't miss to show you the sky for today. That's today's skyline. That is today's skyline. But the heat, I've just had to like run out of the house, to come out of the house for a bit to take a break. Is this upside down? No. I've had to take a break so that I can just come and shoot this because my eyes are even getting tired. I've been looking at the screen, and because I edit on the phone and not on a laptop, so my eyes are tired. But yesterday I didn't sleep late. I slept early. It's only that yeah, because also I've been so busy. I've kind of not been eating very well. I pray to God that is rain. It's windy. Look. That's the wind. I pray to God that is rain, that it's going to rain. With some of these nimbus clouds that we are seeing, I really pray so. So how have you been? Me, I've been here. There are so many things on my mind, thinking. And you know, yes, if those of you who saw my recent post, why are my eyes looking as if I have white? Or is it because of the eye pencil? So the stark difference here is looking like that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, and also another thing, I want to go and do when I get money, I'd like to tattoo my eyebrows. Yeah. Yeah, it's not vanity. I have very little hair on me. It's not just on my head. On my head I used to have, of course, very thick hair, but the rest of my body, I'm not a hairy person. So I have very few eyebrows. I mean, like literally all my life, I've had very, you know, the way you see people with such dark eyebrows, they can just, if they shave them, there's a clean dark line. Not for me. I've had to use eye pencil for as long as I can remember. I'm not just hairy. Even the way people have to shave their armpits and all that, I don't have a lot of hair. On my body, other parts of my body, but on my head I used to have very, very thick good hair. So yeah, we are all blessed differently. We are blessed differently, and we are all uniquely created. Yeah, it's lunchtime, so kids are coming out of school. I'm debating what I'm going to have for lunch. When you're alone, it's meal times are not so much fun unless you're some of those type of people who, hey, them they don't mind. They can cook up a meal for the heck of it and eat. And every meal time is something to savor and to look forward to because they are cooking up a whole meal. I'm not like that. I don't know how I perceive food. When it's there, yeah, it's good. But once in a while, I'll be motivated because my biggest motivation is when I have visitors. But me, myself, to sit down and think, well, I'm going to make this and I'll make this and I'll. I don't know. I think I've grown up in a humble background, and when money came into the house, into the home, maybe I was already an adult, and I was so used to just surviving on basics that I don't have that excitement about food so much. The excitement fall on me now that I'm getting into my 60s and I don't have so many worries and problems. Yeah, right now I wouldn't mind to do that, but bad habits that I had. Food is not my thing. It's not the thing that I'll go sitting and planning. I'll make this and I'll make this and I'll make this. But if I'm with somebody, yes, I'll get a bit motivated. But I think it's because my mind normally has so many things to think about. Are other people like me? Like, I think as hard as some people eat, like I can take hours thinking about a situation and how it can be different and what can be solved about it and what can be changed about it and what can be different about it. The way other people will sit and think, I make this rice like this and I'll cook this meat like this and I'll put this spice. Yeah, thought replaces food for me. Yeah, I'm a very, very, very big thinker. And now that there's internet and I'm watching more different things, then there are more and more varied opinions cooking up in my head. So every situation has 10 different scenarios I can think about how it can go. That's what I get kicks out of. Yeah, I'm just strange, I think. To some people it's just overthinking, unnecessary overthinking. Yeah, but to philosophers it's not, of course. It's something so interesting to sit and discuss about for hours. So today I'm not going to be doing much. Actually, today I'm doing absolutely nothing except editing. Editing. I'm only doing editing, but I had to come out to take a break from the monotony of sitting in front of a lap. I don't know. I hope this is not going to look so bad. I'm just swinging this umbrella. Yeah, but that heat, right now the sun has gone behind a cloud, but that sun is not to joke with. It's very hot. So today I was watching, I've been watching a lot of interracial couples, of course, because I'm planning and hoping and looking for to date a person from a different race. Yeah, truth be told, I mean that's how it is. So though I've dated white people before, I've dated Asian, but that time I was not dating with intention for long term. So it was casual and there was no difference. I mean, we were just young working people who could date, and it was just the same because we were just unique individuals who were similar in taste and likes. But now, with long term plans in mind, I have to look at what challenges there might be in living and being with somebody from a different culture, from a different society. Another plane, but that one is flying much higher at the same airline. So, one of the biggest things that I've noticed, although okay, majority of the people I must say that I watch and follow are younger women. Yeah, there are some older, but even the older ones are in their 40s. I rarely, maybe I have about three, because for me, uh, watching an interracial Black American is not watching an interracial couple that will make me understand what it is to be in an interracial relationship. Because Americans are just different people, A to Z different. Black, but they're not African. They don't have our African customs, our African traditions. So there's nothing that I'll be getting helped out of that. But if it's a Kenyan, if it's an African, a West African, an East African, a South African, then I might be able to understand. And so I follow these people a lot to understand what different challenges that I'm not aware of I might be meeting. And for me, I think I, I don't mind, like I said, many of them are young. So I know some things might not affect me. Like, yeah, some of them will stay for a couple of years without having babies. And I can imagine for these young white men, they've been lonely for so long. Well, they're not so young. I mean, most of them are ranging between 30s to 60s. Yeah, 60s, yes. But I can imagine, I know how Europe is. I've been in Europe, I've lived with Europeans, I've worked with Europeans, and I know. I'll not talk about Americans. Life can get very lonely and very busy. And so when they get these African wives, at first I used to be as critical as most Africans, and then I got to the point of thinking, you have to wear somebody's shoe to know how it fits. These young men, these men have been lonely for so long. They've wanted so much to tour places, go to places. It's never the same when you're alone. And it's a harsh reality, stark reality that is coming home to root. Oh, I paused to check on some children to make sure they are not fighting or arguing. When I'm outside, I police them very much. They know it. Because some of them are bullies, so when they are bypassing my house, I make sure none of that nonsense is going to happen and just make sure that everything is all right. Yeah, so I was saying, and so yeah, I've come to understand that I really understand these men. And so when you find this young girl from Africa and she comes, why are we rushing them to give birth? It's none of our business. I mean, I see so many of them complaining about how people are pushing them. Oh, you haven't given birth, you're taking your time, you should have. Whose life is it? Let them be. Let them enjoy being together. I can imagine that for these men, they've wanted to do so many things and the excitement has not been the same when they were alone. And they've not found the same joy with their sisters, with their white sisters. So now that they are bringing somebody who doesn't know the country, doesn't know the culture, doesn't know the history, doesn't know the other towns, I feel so happy for them when I see them, showing them off, going places with them. And these girls are so happy to, to tour, isn't that what we want for our daughters, for our sisters? Let them enjoy and let's encourage them and don't rush them. Don't keep on asking them when are you going to get babies. That's God's plan. And I'm very happy that for them, they make a conscious decision that first they're going to enjoy being together with one another. And even these girls, some of them need a rest. They've come from so much hardship. Let's call a spade a spade. Life is so hard in Africa. And some of them have come from really having a struggle for years. And then this man is not only promising her a good life, but he has also assisted her in the short period before she has gone to join him. And further to that, even after she has gone there, he's still supporting maybe siblings back home and parents. And us Africans, by virtue of one person having made it to board, I don't know what you call in other countries, but once one person has made it and has got into some money of a kind, and because I know this most of them, if they're YouTubing, whether as a couple or singly, they're making some money, then they're able to uplift others back home. So let's reduce that insistence all the time of when are you going to have children. They will in their own good time and in God's good time. Let's just pray for them to have lasting relationships and marriages. So what I was saying is that the thing that I found the most worrying is the inability to find employment. I thank God for YouTube. I mean, YouTube has gone a long way because they're doing, okay, not YouTube, just YouTube, but content creation. But I think sometimes I sense a hint of racism in their not being able to find jobs. Because yes, of course, they have to learn the language and everything. And even when they do find jobs, it's either in hotels. Well, I think everyone I've seen has been in hotels. But my message would be to some of these girls, work, whatever kind of work you get and you feel it can help with your income, work. But one thing that I've seen that they are foregoing, which they don't do a lot and they have all the opportunity, is selling crafts from back home. Selling handicrafts from back home. Opening shops. How difficult is it to open shops in Europe? And I said again, I'm not touching America. America is a whole other place. I don't even envy Americans right now. You're going through so much. Okay, let me not say it as badly as I intend to. Look, feel how bright that sun has come. I'm under the umbrella, but that's why I came out with an umbrella. Look, it's scorching. Yeah. So what I was saying is that try your hand at selling crafts from back home, importing crafts from back home. We have so many things. We have kitchen crafts. We have crafts that are useful around the house. So many types of crafts that could help so much to the communities that you go into. And one thing I know about white people is that they like unique things. They like handmade things. They like things that have a historical background, because our pestle and mortars, our cooking sticks, our toys made from banana craft and from wood and all that, we have some quality stuff that is very good and acceptable even by European standards. Because again, Europe is a place of standards and standards. So just try that. I'd advise that if it's possible, try that. And then another thing that you're able to do is sponsor exchange, do exchange programs, foster. Is it foster? Yeah, foster some exchange programs for people in your village and people in the villages where you are. There are people who can afford to bring themselves and stay in your village for a month. Exchange programs are very good. Like, they don't have to be sponsored, but where you can find people who are willing to sponsor somebody for them to come to your village, and for one person to go from your village from your husband's village to go to the village you came from. That would be so fun. That would be so fun. Yeah, that's all I can say. For me, as an older woman thinking about getting into a interracial relationship, my challenges are different, are from a different point of view. Food, first of all, food. First and foremost, food. Oh my goodness. The kinds of food there, I know that would be a challenge for me so much, because there are a lot of bread eating. Yeah, you have good food, but the fact that I know a lot of the food doesn't taste the same. I've been in Europe. I think for me, one of the biggest challenges would be food. Another one will be the staying at home and not having much to do. Language for me wouldn't be a problem. Not at all, because there's so many ways you can communicate with people without speaking. But I feel that most of these younger girls, they don't venture out a lot. I don't know, whether they have self-fear, or whether it's their husbands, or whether it's because the places are racist, but you stay indoors too much and you keep within yourself a lot. You don't venture out a lot to mingle with people. They don't venture out to mingle with people. And that's why a lot of them complain after a few months of loneliness, of missing home, of the frustration of living abroad. Yeah, because I've noticed most of them just stay in the house. You'll wake up, do your chores, look beautiful, do some YouTubing, but you really don't go out to venture and to walk out and to meet people. Some of you, yes, take walks and everything, but not with the intention of meeting people. I think maybe because I'm such a people person, I wouldn't miss a way to go places where you can meet people and chat to people. Knock on to you. Well, that's not a place to knock on your neighbor's door, but there are functions you can go to, there are festivals you can go to, you have to reach out sometimes in order for you to also be accepted. But staying in the house, when you stay in the house, you get used to the YouTube family, to the TikTok family, to the Instagram family. That's not the same. It's not the same as the people who are around you, who are near you. So it might help you so much. It might help some of these girls so much if they found. So I just see, let me talk about Kenyans. Like a lot of Kenyans, I see a Kenyan in Germany. She's not reached out to the other Kenyans in Germany. I see a Kenyan in Sweden or in any of those European countries, but you're not reaching out to the other TikTokers, to the other YouTubers. yeah, have sessions together, sit around as girls together, discuss business opportunities, work opportunities, settling in if it's a new person who's come and they've talked on their social media handle that they're new in the country. Make a welcoming party for them, and then get to know them and be the support of the other one. Because Kenyans are so many in every country, there are so many Kenyans. I can't think of a country where you're going to find less than 5 Kenyans. Not even Iceland. I mean, now people have started going to places. Language, yeah, language I can maneuver it. Cultural differences. I'm at an age where our cultural differences wouldn't be so much to me, because I'm very rigid about what I can stand and what I can't stand, and what I can adapt and what I can't adapt. Because at my age, of course, I know very well what it is going to be that is acceptable and not acceptable, and I've come to a realization where I know what harmful cultural habits and traits are, and which positive ones are there. And so anything negative I'll not adapt. And I think these are things, of course, you discuss with your partner way, way, way before you even come together. And there are things that maybe put fear in a lot of older women, so that they don't even want to venture into interracial marriages. But for me, I'm so particular about that, and I don't think I'd get to that point, to that stage with a man who wouldn't know already what my stand is. I mean, and he'd have to have a similar stand as I do. That some cultures are just to be rubbished and ignored, and some, yes, we can adapt and assimilate and embrace together the differences and everything. Me coming from Africa, already I have cultures that are strange and weird to the other person. And I know us Africans, we have cultures and superstitions that are laughable, that are weird, and luckily for me, I've grown up in a very Christian home, and already so many of these cultures and superstitions, I've rubbished them. So not all the cultures, I mean the negative cultures, the harmful cultures and traditions. A long time ago, I rubbished those, and without a second thought. And as I've grown older and wiser and learned more about human rights, and learned more about the respect of other races, and the respect of other religions, and the respect of other cultures, so I know some things to ignore. So yeah, this is just a chat, was a break, and I think my break is over. Let me go and have lunch, and then I get back to my editing. And then if at 5 o'clock I'm still not done editing, I'll come and just give a bit of Wandia talks. Just nothing very serious, something very general, and hope to see you then. My neighbor is still making, is it a chicken coop or something, and it's like they laid bare the previous one so they could move it to a different place, and like they've poured out all that gook from the chickens. So yeah, it's raising up a storm of a stink, but it's sunny, and that allows for everything to dry fast, and I wish them all the best. Thank you for staying on the channel. Thank you for keeping on supporting. I can see now we're almost at 5,000 views. I appreciate it, and we are at 57 subscribers. Thank you very much, all of you. So people have come out for another break again. It's 4 o'clock. I got up and said I was going to go into the house to have my lunch, but I didn't. I just went, remembered there's something I needed to change in one of the edits. Once I started with the editing, I forgot totally. So yeah, now is when I'm going out to get something, and then I make lunch, just enough for lunch and supper. I'm going to a different shop today, one of my friend's shops. I hope this camera is clean. My eyes are so tired, I'm not seeing well. Let me check first. Yeah, that should be better. So right now, while I was editing, I was also watching a vlog of a young man who is building, who is one of those honest people who are putting up a construction for their relative who is abroad. In Kenya, so many people are scammers. People send you money to construct for them, and then you end up eating the money, doing things for yourself. So for the few people who are so transparent, because this young man, what he's doing is that not only is he putting up the construction for his sister, but he's showing accountability and transparency by recording the whole process. And while he's landscaping for her, he has got someone to build bricks, so they'll be saving cost on some of the construction material. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, that a lot of Kenyans are not honest and transparent when it comes to being asked by relatives to manage for them construction when they're abroad. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that this conmanship habit is a commonality among so many young people in Kenya, and this is the thing that makes people not get trusted. And the saddest thing about it, I mean, let's just be honest, some people do this conmanship in groups so that they'll sit together either as relatives or as friends to talk about how well they are conning the person, until they're not even aware that they are busy stealing money from the person while the person is pretending, is being cheated, that the project or development is ongoing. Yes, gangs of manipulators, that's what they do. They sit together, they huddle together, they laugh, they have fun while they're enjoying the money of the person who is busy working hard abroad and sending. And that's why you hear so many cases in East Africa, I don't know about other parts of the world, that somebody comes and when they land and they get home, they either die out of shock, or they become mad, or they commit suicide, or they get sick, totally sick, because their hard-earned money has been totally wasted. The people have squandered it, have utilized it for their own purposes, and worst of it all, there is nothing to show. And I can attest to the fact that, oh yes, I have met characters who, you know, for them it's such a joke. It's such a funny thing. They have no scruples at all. They have no shame whatsoever in the squandering, in the conniving they're doing of squandering somebody's money, cheating them of their hard-earned living, and it is wrong. And again, I keep on saying it's because people are not called out. You must be able to call out some of these people in public. Even if it is putting it right now, I'm so glad there's social media. Put it in social media, alert. If you're this person, you have this home, you have relatives who have cheated you, they're building, this is exactly what is happening. You're being conned. The same way in the States, people are doing, calling out spouses and friends who are cheating on their friends, and then they meet them in restaurants. Kenyans, we need to take that up. Save our relatives, our friends who are abroad and who are being conned out of their hard-earned money. People, so this is a follow-up onto the video that I had started yesterday, and I wasn't able to even do a closing of it because I was so busy doing the edit of the video that I've just posted on my visit to the showground. Then I have to, by tomorrow and the next coming day, finish all the backlog of videos that I had started and I had shot but had not edited. Today has been a very sad day when we Kenyans woke up to the news that our beloved former Prime Minister and President, in the hearts of so many Kenyans who have repeatedly elected him as their president of choice, but he has been defeated in controversial wins over and over, but we did not give up. And so, in memory of all that he has done for this country, I give my heartfelt condolences to the family, to Mama Ida and her children, and also all the supporters and lovers and followers of the immense development that he has done for us to enjoy not only freedoms, but full freedoms as citizens of Kenya and East Africa at large. Because by our having more freedoms, then it allows for those who are living here or who are here in escape to also have increased benefits and privileges. I'm really saddened by this. I mean, when we called him Baba fondly, it wasn't just a name. It came from his behaving like a father, caring for us, suffering so much for us. That man has undergone stuff. I remember from a very young age hearing about Raila being held by the government, being taken to torture chambers, being denied so many freedoms in his family. coming out sick, having to go abroad for medical treatment because he was fighting for us to have certain freedoms and privileges. His eye, which was a constant bother for him because it used to tear. We all know that we learned that Germany has good medical facilities because he often went to Germany for treatment. He was very well educated, having been a recipient, I think, of the airlifts of the 60s and 70s. That saw so many Kenyans get so many benefits to learn abroad in Russia and in Germany, the Eastern Bloc back then. So we've had a lot. He has been a freedom fighter of this century, a freedom fighter of neo-colonial Kenya. And I personally appreciate so much, because on the lips of the adults that I have grown around, it has always been, oh, amefanyiwa hii tena, ametendewa hii. And for a lot of you who are Kenyans right now and who are adults, millennials, and even some of the Gen Zs who are older, I think you can remember, it's not even so long ago, because I must keep mentioning this, that governments have oppressed him. When he had to be chased around town, hounded around town with his motorcade during the time of campaigns. What a mess. What a mess. And still, he forgo so much. That was foregoing his security. That was foregoing his right to be an independent citizen, to voice himself. That was foregoing his comfort. That was foregoing the security of his family. Because when you're targeted, then your family, by virtue of their being first associated with you as kin, next of kin, they are also in danger. He forfeited all that for Kenya. And so me personally, as Josephine, I have so much honor and respect for him. I have never allowed myself to be clouded by rumors, by sentiments that were anti-Raila. We are all human, we all make mistakes. I overlooked all that and kept on remembering how many privileges we have now. After going into human rights activism, then I have noticed how hard it is that some individuals will fight for the good of many, to overcome the belittlement, to overcome the overpowering, to overcome the impunity, to overcome the harshness of the situation that is called upon by those who are in power illegally and without any mercy upon the masses. Raila fought for us to have these freedoms, these comforts, and I shall continue to honor him as my hero, as a champion of rights. And with his demise, Kenya has lost a soldier. He is a fallen soldier. He's somebody that will be remembered greatly. I shall tell tales of him to my grandchildren. I shall write stories about him, and I shall do everything in my power to make them know that there was once a man who lived, who loved beyond himself. Rest in peace, Rao. Rest in peace, Agwambo. Baba, we love and miss you. Rest in eternal peace. In Jesus' name, amen. So thank you all of you for staying on my channel. Thank you very much for the support that you're giving me. I can see we are at 58 subscribers right now. We are at 4,700 viewers. I appreciate it. Please remember to like and to subscribe. Keep your viewing on the channel. Subscribe to watch new episodes. And when you see the little pop-up at the end of the video, and it's a video you haven't watched, I ask you to please watch it so that you can understand more about me and my life, which is a different kind of ordinary. Karibuni sana. Thank you.